What's going on, everybody? Wanted to get a quick live stream in. Now that I'm up. Like I said, man, when you work that swing into night shift, man, it just like alter your little sleep pattern. So I get me um a little nap in. All right, man. So you know what I'm gonna start off talking about. I'm gonna talk about this um Wilder, the stuff with Wilder. Then I'm gonna talk about Rosado, Daniel Jacobs. Then I'm gonna get Roy in, some other people talk about that. Um, man, I'm just keeping it 100 at this point in time. I'm just keeping it real for Deontay Wilder's sake. Whatever is going on with him, um, he just need to let go of everybody. At the end of the day, he need to let go of everybody because this stuff with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury just got too many twists and turns. You got gloves, weirdo gloves. You got people dropping objects. Now, I never said it was heroin. I said an object, a funny looking bag. I ain't never seen no fight where people dropping bags and items and all that kind of stuff. I'll listen to other people's video, but like I said, this stuff just I mean, for real, it's just to the point to where when Wilder tries to negotiate with when he tries to negotiate for a third fight, it when I say it's just gonna have to be so many stipulations, Tyson Fury gonna have to be watched like a hawk. As far as his team go, to me, I don't even think he should use JB Diaz neither. I think at the end of the day, I think it's best that everybody go. I think it's best that everybody go for his sake. I think he just need to clean house entirely because at the end of the day, you just can't trust nobody. Like I said, I've never seen no fight where you just got all these different things happening with this fight. Something crooked went on, and I'm pretty sure something else is gonna happen that's gonna have to be explained. How many times you didn't had incident after incident with Tyson Fury? From him not wanting to drink water. He asking, "Hey, what's in the water?" You didn't heard. I mean, for real. You just got now. Like I said, as far as the heroin stuff go, I never said it was heroin because heroin will show up in your system instantly. Now, keep in mind, you didn't had this stuff with Tyson Fury's gloves. You didn't heard about his something. His drug test wasn't right. Then you got a history of him cheating. It's just like too much stuff going on with Tyson Fury. And then Tyson Fury refuses to just flat out deny these allegations. He just keeps saying, "Oh, well, what's up? What's up, Black Reality TV?" I'm just to the point with Wilder. I'm to the point that I think he need to just move on from Tyson Fury and he should just hire an investigative team and just make this a criminal case. That's what I think. I think it's to the point because if you got people like putting stuff in objects flying, like I said, I've never seen a fight where you got so much weird stuff happening with Tyson Fury and the people that surround him. You got altered gloves, you got flappy gloves, you got you know what I'm saying. You didn't heard about bribery. You didn't just heard so many. You Tyson Fury hanging around crooked mobs, mobsters. Every time you look around, something keeps coming up concerning this fight. It's some kind of rumor. What then? Like people could say, "Oh, well, it's a conspiracy theory." It ain't no conspiracy theory when you got video proof. I mean, every time you look around, you hearing something. And as a you know what I'm saying, and as a media person, it's your job to report it. I'm not worried about people disregarding me and being upset. I'm gonna report anything that I feel need to be reported. And my thing is with Wilder, I just think that it's just, I think he may need to just say, forget it. I just got a feeling something else is going, I got a feeling that there's something else is going to pop up. Like I said, you got camera angles, you got, like, every time I look around, something is you hearing something pertaining to this damn fight. You got to ask yourself when you hear it, and even as a journalist, you got to at least look into it. Or as a media person, you got to look into it. I'm just hearing and seeing too much stuff. Because Tyson Fury just showed me that he'll go through any lengths to win a fight. You got to ask yourself, and you got to say that, man, if this dude is willing to like mess with your drink, your water, and all this kind of stuff, then it is what it is. It get to the point to where you got to say, okay, I'm gonna talk to my lawyer. I'm gonna take all this evidence. I'm gonna take this video evidence, and like I said, I'm gonna take it to the local Las Vegas police department, and then maybe take it to basically and see what they want to do, and then take it possibly to, you know, the Bureau, you know, them, the FEDSs, you know, you know what I'm saying. Because like I said, they just got, for real. This is just absurd. You know, I went you know, I went and took the videos down just, because I don't want people, like, messing with my video like they did somebody else that put up a video. But like I said, I never said the dude had heroin, but some funny concoction. Nah, he can't trust nobody. He can't trust nobody right now. He can't trust nobody. He can't trust nobody from Mark Breland to JD. Is I think he just need to get rid of everybody until this get resolved. And like I said, it need to be, when I say it need to be stiff, ironclad stipulations in that contract. Because you already just had a pass, like, you had people disregard the glove gate thing, and you just had a fight where another fighter was basically caught attempting to fight with some gloves that didn't have no patent in them. And then they tried to say, well, the way they came, at the end of the day, they caught a team trying to use some gloves that didn't have no patent in them, or enough patent in them. So like I said before, you got to ask yourself, you just got to, like I said, it's just too much stuff going on in behind this fight. It's just too much. We didn't ask for this stuff. We didn't ask, for real. We didn't ask for this stuff. We didn't ask for all this stuff to come out about Tyson Fury. We was willing to accept the fact that he beat Deontay Wilder fair and square until all this stuff started coming out. Then you start looking into his history, you start looking into his past, and then all of a sudden you start saying, okay, because here's the thing. Like I said, in reality, isn't that what they do to demonize brothers? Isn't this Fox special? Isn't this what Fox love to do when they, this is what Fox specialize in doing. Whenever it's a brother that's shot by the police, what's the first thing they do? They try to damage his reputation. They try to smear his name. The first thing they'll do is start bringing up his past criminal record. to put to cloud people's doubts about this dude, and it's called you know for real. It's called public opinion. Isn't that what they did with Freddie Gray? Isn't this what they did with the brother? The brother in Wisconsin. Isn't this what they've been trying to do with Breonna Taylor? Accuse her of being a drug dealer? Didn't they try to do this with Ahmaud Arbery? But then when it comes to Tyson Fury's white ass, then all of a sudden, nah. Oh, you guys are just hating. You guys are just hating. That's what other people say. You guys are just hating. Oh, you guys need to stop. It's funny how it's funny how the Mayonnaise Nation, they don't want to hear about Tyson Fury's past. It's funny they don't want to hear about Tyson Fury's past. They don't want to hear about what happened in the Christian Hammer fight where he got caught red-handed trying to pull something. Man got caught red-handed. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to explain that. Nobody wants to talk about what happened with the Carefoot dude. And how this man changed the story. How Tyson Fury and them lied and said that they tested positive because they ate wild boar meat. And once again, I keep asking myself, who in the hell would eat a wild boar? Yeah, it probably is. Then he said, well, I never really, farmed any wild boar. Because first of all, the farmer ain't gonna farm no wild boar. And like I said, a wild boar is 2 times nastier than a pig. Is already eating a pig is already nasty, but a wild boar is even more nastier. As I said before, if you do your research, you will see that wild boars and pigs sometimes are known for eating their own feces. So what does that tell you? So, I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just keeping 100. You can't dispute all this stuff. Just like I said, it's just too much weird stuff going on. So let me move on right quick. Let me move to Daniel Jacobs versus Gabriel Rosado. Daniel Jacobs, I'm not gonna say did he at one time Daniel Jacobs came hot. He came off that, first round knockout of Peter Quinlan. And then, then he had a couple of had some wins. He beat Derbianchenko. He beat Derbianchenko, but now if you look at Daniel Jacobs, his career since he left the PBC full time. Now he said he's still advised by Al Heyman. You look at what's happened to him since he's been with the zone, and his stature and his popularity sort of like have dwindled. And I think he had the uneventful fight with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Then it's just like now he fighting Gabriel Rosado. Um, I mean, Gabriel Rosado been beat by he been beat by everybody damn near. So at this point, if Daniel Jacobs beats Gabriel Rosado, it's kind of like, okay, well, so what? Okay, so what? I don't know how long his contract is with the zone, but he may want to consider going back. He He just what you call just the guy now. This is a fight that nobody is really getting up for. This is a fight that people ain't gonna be glued to their seats, or they can't wait to see. You just really see what then became of him. It's just like, man, I'm just keeping it 100. His stature then just went down it dramatically since he been with the zone. Just dramatically, he had that uneventful fight with Canelo where he really didn't try to fight Canelo. He came across as a dude that just basically showed up to get a paycheck. So you just a lot of bad history with Daniel Jacobs in the past couple of years. Real talk, just a lot of bad history, a lot of uneventful fights. The zone going to the zone didn't make Daniel Jacobs more popular. It made his popularity go down. His popularity didn't drop since he been with for real. Yeah, but one of the things that Daniel Jacobs complained about is something that I didn't heard a couple of other fighters complain about. They said the thing is with the PBC, it's like they don't give you enough information about your up and your next fight. You never know when you gonna fight. They say you just get a phone call saying that you need to start training, and then they tell you maybe like before you get ready to start camp, like who you gonna fight. And Daniel Jacobs said that was one of the problems that he had. Because like I said, back in the day in boxing, like during the Larry Holmes days, the Sugar Ray Leonard days, they had your fights lined up. They usually had your next 2 to 3 fights lined up. After you would win a fight, they basically told you you pretty much knew who you was gonna fight next, unless there was an injury or something like that. They used to do a lot of pre-negotiations back in the day. So that's why a lot of dudes, when they say, well, who you want next, who you may be fighting next, and they'd be able to quickly say, well, it's looking like I'm gonna fight so and so next, and then this dude. But see, now, like I said, things is a lot different. With PBC, it's kind of like they run it sometimes like a pop-up store, like how you go, to how pop-up stores go from town to town and just come out of nowhere and just open up a temporary location, pop-ups. That's why they call it a pop-up store. And that's how they treat their fighters sometimes, like how they treat that business. They run it like a pop-up store where they just all of a sudden pop up and just say, okay, well, you gonna be fighting so and so, so you need to start getting ready. So like I said, a lot of times these dudes like to know that that's gonna, what, I'm gonna be honest with you. They should try to put that fight together. I think it's gonna be a good fight. Du Bois is a nice up and coming fighter. Joe Joyce is a guy, he need to make it happen now, because if I'm not mistaken, Joe Joyce is already 35 years old. So in boxing years, he kind of long in the tooth, even though he doesn't have that many fight. He was one of them dudes that started a little late. He doesn't have a lot of fights under his belt. It's gonna be an interesting fight. Just like Public and Joshua is gonna be an interesting fight. I think all it takes is for one punch, and then Anthony Joshua could be in trouble. Public, he can crack. He can crack. I'm glad the situation with Public and that chick. got resolved because I knew who that chick was. But it's kind of funny, Bob Arum sitting up saying that he don't know who the lady is, and she just came up out of nowhere, and she started getting media credentials. Well, you know what? Y'all was giving them to her. Y'all was giving it to her. So y'all, so don't play that role. Y'all was giving them to her. So yeah, Jacobs, he pretty much sold Canelo that belt. Just like Sergey Kovalev sold Canelo a W, and now he's sitting up there hollering about he want a rematch. Like I said before, nobody cared about the first Sergey Kovalev fight. We definitely don't care about a second one. At the end of the day, you shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have did what you did. You can sit up there and holler about rest and all that kind of stuff. Look, at the end of the day, we already know that knockout with Canelo wasn't legit. I ain't worried about nobody saying, well, what about this fight being fixed? All that's gonna come from is some butthurt Mexican Canelo fans that's just gonna be mad because people is telling the truth. What was obvious when you watched a fight that obviously was rigged. And oh yeah, by the way, that Ryan Garcia fight was also rigged. The shit looked so fake to where it looked like it came. It I mean, for real. It just looks so ridiculous to where you just said, "Man, are you serious? What did my eyes just see? What did my eyes just see?" H Money the Zone, what's up? Hey, H Money, what time you going on today? What time you going? What time you going live today? Cause I want to talk about. I'm gonna come on there and I'm gonna talk about Devin with you. I talked to Bill a couple of days ago. It looked like Fortuna, and it looked like Fortuna. Yeah, let me talk about that since H Money showed up. He runs the official Devin Haney podcast, so y'all can check out his channel if y'all get a chance. Go to H Money Zone. That's like one of Bill's right hands. So okay, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll be there. I'll make an appearance. I'll show up. So yeah, let me talk about Dead right quick. Okay, I'm hearing a purse bid may be in place for Devin versus Fortuna. So that was the latest word. So for Javier Fortuna, maybe Devin's next fight, and I'm cool with that fight. I said earlier, yeah, take that fight, but take the other fight first. Take the Gamboa fight first because I feel like that will get you more prepared for Fortuna. Which, by the way, I hope Fortuna, if him and Devin do get the fight, I hope Fortuna don't stink up the joint. I really hope he don't stink up the joint. At least fight the way you fought in your last fight. Nah, Fortuna, Devin Haney, if he beats Fortuna decisively without, knocking him out, is he gonna be disregarded? Okay. Is he gonna be disregarded? Because I already knew and I suspected this was gonna happen with I already knew this was gonna happen with the Gamboa fight. I already knew this was gonna happen with the Gamboa fight. And then he beats Gamboa decisively, then all of a sudden. And the sad part about it is Chris Mannix was sitting up there sucking up to Tiafimo and Tank and saying Tiafimo is more marketable and Tank is more marketable. So I'm trying to figure out how is Devin not marketable enough, but I get it though, because like I said, if I guess like I said, if you ain't catching case after case and your name ain't tied to negative shit, then I guess that make you marketable. I guess if you a black fighter. Maybe I'm lying. I guess they want Devin to be like Floyd. I guess they want to be tied to domestic violence cases and all that kind of stuff and being shot at and all that stuff. I guess they assume that because Devin is originally from the Bay Area. And I guess, because of the history, what go on in the Bay, I guess they expect Devin to be like that. So like I said, this is like the finicky part of boxing when this is what these guys be talking about when they say boxing is a business. Actually, it's supposed to be a sport where you do business. And this is the problem. This is why they need commissions. To me, they need an official commission. They need people that can do a better job of making sure fights are on the up and up. You know, it's just like you just see the bullshit that's behind a lot of these fights, and that's the main problem. It's just too much funny stuff to just have you to the point where you be like, man, are you serious? So yeah, you called it. Yeah, you called it. Yeah, I like Wiseman H, but he what you call he a project though. I mean, he the same height as David Robinson too. I think he listed as 7'1". He the same height. I like that pick, but like I said, he a project though. Sorry about that. Yeah, he a project right now. So he's a couple of years down the line, but as I said before, the same thing that I said with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Chase Claypool, you got to wonder like you need to try to win now instead of waiting to see what's going to happen in the next 2 years. Clay Thompson, his career is up in the air because he sustained another injury. And like I said, the Pittsburgh Steelers, some people are calling them a fraudulent 10-0 team. You know, I think it's unfair to say they a fraudulent 10-0 team because they are 10-0. It ain't too many teams that win their first 10 games. But the measuring stick now is Kansas City. So, like I said, the video I did about Chase Claypool is like, okay, Ben Roethlisberger need to try to win now because he's 38 years old. So it's kind of like the same situation. Stephen Curry is 32, 33. So you wonder how much time Stephen Curry got left because Stephen Curry didn't miss significant amounts of games in his career. So that's, everybody saying the reason why people don't believe in Pittsburgh because Kansas City is the measuring stick because of that high powered offense that they got and because of Patrick Mahomes. You know, the thing is with Kansas City to beat them, are you prepared to be, get into a shootout with them? One thing about Kansas City, if you don't have an offense that can put up at least 30 points, that's the problem with Kansas City. They wear you out on offense. This football is a scoring league now. I said that H Money. People got mad at me when I said that Chase Claypool might be the next Calvin Johnson. But yeah, like I said, the Kansas City Chiefs is a measuring stick now. So, like I said before, many of us believe that Kansas City, unless something weird happened, they more than likely, at the very least, going back to the AFC Championship. But you have to wonder, can Pittsburgh, even though Pittsburgh had a number 3 ranked defense in all of football, you have to wonder, do they have enough offense for Kansas City? Because I really think once again, you gonna have to get into a shootout with Kansas City. That's just the way it is. If you can't score 40 points or score at least 30 points to keep up with Kansas City, you just ain't gonna beat them. Mahomes got too many weapons. So, like I said, the AFC Championship is going to be very interesting. And I'm gonna tell you right now, we all know that home field advantage don't mean nothing no more. Home field advantage is the most overrated thing in all the sports. It don't matter whether you at home, because if a team is good enough, they can beat you any place, anywhere. And we all know Kansas City can come into Pittsburgh and beat Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh. The same way the Raiders beat Kansas City in Kansas City. So I'm not one of them dudes that think, oh, because you got home field advantage, just automatic win to the series. Nah, it don't work like that. So I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just keeping it 100. If it's Kansas City and if it's Kansas City and Pittsburgh in the playoffs, like I said, Pittsburgh is ranked number 16 or 17 in all around offense. Well, Kansas City is like in the top. I think Kansas City, I think, is number one. The funny part about the Raiders offense is kind of the Raiders offense held their own against Kansas City in 2 games, and Kansas City barely won that game. And Kansas City barely won that game on Sunday. I mean, they barely won that game. They had to go toe to toe with the Raiders once again. So, like I said, the Raiders have gave the blueprint on how to beat Kansas City. Like I said, if you can't at least put up 30 points, you ain't gonna beat them for real. All right, so let me get back to boxing. Maybe I'm gonna have to start doing these damn podcasts just for football. Maybe I'll join H Money on some of his videos when he talk football. Well, I'll say this much about Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got a good running game. Pittsburgh always didn't had good running backs. But like I said before, can you play the clock management game with Kansas City? Yeah, I'm gonna get Lolo on here. I'm gonna try to get him on here. I sent his dad a text. Um I'm trying to get Bomac on here. So I reached out to Bomac. I got I'm gonna try to get Bomac on here and talk about this crazy stuff with Terrence Crawford. I just want to tell y'all, do not take the bait with Bob Arum and now all of a sudden these people, going against Bud and all this kind of stuff. Bob Arum is just mad because some paperwork got leaked that he had to pay Bud some extra money. Yeah, I wish Floyd would stop it. I wish Floyd would stop it. But Jake Paul is Jacob Paul, Jake Paul, whatever his name is a big dude. He like 6 feet one. He like 210 pounds. Like when he not that's his walk around weight. And I seen him sitting up there saying Floyd can't spell and all that kind of stuff. That when I see people like him making those kind of reference, it kind of like piss me off, and you already know why. And the thing is with Floyd shouldn't even entertain the thought of fighting a YouTuber. And if so, once again, here you go with Floyd once again giving another non-black a payday. And here's the thing, Jake Paul already got money. Jake Paul already got, excuse me, Logan Paul already got money. Logan Paul. Logan Paul already got money. I don't like neither one of those Paul brothers. Logan Paul already had money. He already was rich. Even before that controversy happened with him and in the video he put up where I think he went to Japan or something. Logan Paul was making like $1 million a month off his YouTube videos. So he already got money. He got paid like he got paid almost he got paid almost $1 million for that rematch with KSI. And kind of when you think about it, it was insulting that, and I kept my mouth shut. I kept my mouth shut. It was kind of insulting that Devin Haney was on the undercard, an actual professional boxer. He was on the undercard. Do you not understand what, how wrong that was? Devin Haney was on the undercard for a fight between two YouTubers. Can anybody logically explain that to me? How do you have a professional boxer and Devin Haney that's on the actual undercard for a fight between two YouTubers? For real. But that's that's the thing. Yeah. Uh I don't know who I dislike even more. I don't know whether I dislike Jake more than I do because Jake Paul got caught trying to be a fake so-called you know he got called out being fake about the whole George Floyd thing, where he got caught in the mall with some people that was obviously looting, acting like he was a fake non-black Black Lives Matter advocate, which is just more than them. I just don't like Jake Paul because, like I said, he think he I could tell he one of them white boys. I could tell he one of them white boys that be using the N word when you know what I'm saying when he not on TV when he not on TV. I just see a lot of culture vulture in him. I just see it, and I just I just don't like neither one of them really. So I couldn't tell you who I dislike even more. I dislike both of them because And then the thing is with Jake Paul, like I said, he really be thinking that he an actual boxer. If you put Jake Paul in the ring with just a mediocre professional fighter, he would get the hell beat out of him. And I almost want that to happen. I would love for Jake Paul to fight somebody like Caleb Plant because I would want him to get destroyed by another white person because that would make it even. I would enjoy a black person knocking him out, but I would really enjoy him getting beat up by somebody like Caleb Plant. I would love, like I said, I would love every second of it because what I want to happen is I want Jake Paul to get so too big for his bridges to where he think he an actual professional fighter, and he get in the ring with a real pro boxer, and he get his lights put out. Well, Floyd is not going to sign to fight him in an actual boxing match. Floyd, like I said, Floyd cared too much about that O, and Floyd ain't gonna sell his O to no. Floyd definitely not gonna lose his O to that dude. Like I said, I would enjoy, when I say I would enjoy seeing Jake Paul get like stretched. When I say I would enjoy seeing him getting taken out in the stretcher, I mean I'm just saying I would enjoy it because I don't like nothing about that dude. I don't like nothing about that dude because I see it in him. I see how fake he is, and I think a lot of people should see it too. Like I said, if he ended up getting taken out in the stretcher like Adonis Stevenson, I would probably enjoy it. I would probably have that same grin that Larry Merchant had when when Bernard Hopkins got knocked through the ring by, Joe Smith Jr. I probably would play the highlights like all night long. I probably would play the highlights all night long. But yeah, no, I would. But yeah, but yeah, I'm dying to see what's gonna be the next step with Bud, man, because I'm just really, you know, Bob Arum mad because he leaked some kind of paperwork. But it's funny how now all of a sudden Bob Arum say, "Oh, he ain't really trying to make fights." So now all of a sudden you believe what Bob Arum got to say, man. People, I'm tiny. I'm gonna address that later on too. I'm gonna address that later on too. Trust me, I'm gonna address that. And let me get to the last point before I go. Like I said, yeah, Bob stay full of shit. So let me address the last issue. Like I said, man, I was kind of looking forward to the Tyson Roy Jones Jr. thing, but now they talked about they can't knock each other out. They don't have no judges. It's just like, why am I watching this? They didn't took the fun, at least somewhat of the thrill in watching that fight. So, like I said before, what are we paying our money for? That's what I want to know. What are we about to pay our money for if you have all these stipulations in place? Because you had us thinking at one time this is going to be an actual fight, fight, fight. Like I said, I'll stream it, but I ain't finna, I'll stream it, but I ain't finna, like pay for it. For what? Nah, I ain't. Nah, for what? What I'm just keeping it 100. Why? Phantom, not now, bro. I didn't fucking say it was heroin, bro. We ain't even talking about that. We already didn't address that. I never said it was heroin. I said concoction. The other dude said it was heroin. So don't come here putting words in my mouth, bro. But we already didn't talked about that. Already I didn't moved on from that subject. But yeah, man, as I was saying, man, yeah, I'm not. I just save your money. Just just save your money. If you, oh yeah, I can't say, I can't tell y'all to go alternative route to watch that fight because they can nail me for that. They can nail my channel for that. I'll just put it to you this way: if somebody order it, go to their house and watch it. Me myself, I'm not going to. I'm not going to say, on this stream, this live stream to stream it. I'm going to find, another way to watch this fight. I'm going to see if somebody's going to order it, and then maybe I will watch it then. But as far as me paying for it, nah, I don't think so. You guys got to talk in codes, because they have people that be watching certain content and certain videos. So you got to, I'm giving you a warning for the content creators that, come on here, this certain dialogue that you got to watch out for. Don't say, you know, oh, you talk about Mike Tyson's new body, man. Well, like I said, anything is possible. I don't know the stipulations of whether they had um tested for this fight. Like I said, after what I've been seeing, after what I've been seeing lately in boxing, I don't know, man. You can just expect the unexpected. I just think now we to the point. I just think we to the point now to where in boxing is gonna be out of whack for a minute. I think they really need a official global commission, something similar to, I not like the, United States, and the United States and the UK, the World Assembly and shit. But it'll be hard to put that type of organization together, because what's gonna come into play is they're gonna be like, well, how much power we got? We don't have to listen to it. The only way that happens if the government really gets involved in boxing. It just would be hard to do that. It would be hard to do that in boxing, especially at this point. I mean, if it could be done, then you could have the possibility of more fights that we want to see get made. Now, let me talk about this Tiafimo thing, and then I end the stream. Now, Tiafimo has went on record. Now, I want to tell people we've heard this before too, where he was saying he'll take less money to fight Tank and all this kind of stuff. That's how bad he wanted to fight. Didn't Manny Pacquiao at one time say that he was willing to fight Floyd Mayweather for free? And we all knew that wasn't true. Because keep in mind, he turned down $40 million at the time to fight Floyd Mayweather. So he basically held out for the 80 to 100 he ended up making. So people need to stop saying that. I'm not one of these dudes that go, ooh, I ain't one of these dudes. I ain't one of these dudes that go, ooh, he said he willing, and then start, push the record button and start saying Tiafimo willing to take less money, because like I said, I've saw all this stuff before. He'll make him offer and then he'll turn it down. So I'll hold him to it. I would hold to it. I would be like, okay, well, I'm gonna hold you to it. All right, since you say you'll take less money, I'd offer Tiafimo $500,000 and Tank get 3 million. I bet you he'll turn that down. I bet you if he say we'll give you 500,000 and Tank get 3.5, how much you want to bet Tiafimo will turn that down? And then Tiafimo will be totally exposed. First of all, don't ever say that you would take less money to make a fight. That's the worst thing that you could ever say as a professional fighter. At the end of the day, it's cap. We all know when, look, it's two things do not pay attention to a fighter when they say, I want to fight so bad, I'll fight for free. No, you won't. No, you won't. I want to fight so bad, I'll take less money. So if a dude offered you $1, you would take it, right? So that's why I'm saying don't be impressed by that. Cause you got these Tiafimo fans that's gonna say, see, now Tank is ducking. That's one of the oldest tricks in the book. Do not believe none of these damn fighters when they say, yeah, I want to fight so bad, I'll take less money. I'll take anything I'll take anything to make this fight. Okay, well, I'm gonna offer you $1. Like I said, I bet you they'll turn that or for real. I bet you money. If they offer Tiafimo 500,000 and they say, well, Tank gonna get 3.5, he gonna turn it down. Timo got a fan base or not. So I don't know. But yeah, that's why it's called prize fight. So don't listen to that stuff, man. I don't be phased by that type of stuff. How many fighters said you didn't heard fighters over the years say, "Oh, I'll take less money," or you didn't heard fighters say, "Hey, I'll fight. I want to fight so bad, I'll fight him for free." Have you ever heard of any fighter fighting for free? It's cap. It's cap. They capping. I don't even, like I said, I don't even pay attention to a fighter when he say, "Oh, I'll fight him for free." No, you won't. Like I said, when Manny Pacquiao was talking that shit about I will fight Floyd Mayweather for charity. Let's fight for free. Manny, stop it. Is Manny, as much tax trouble you in, bro? As much as much tax trouble you in, you ain't fighting no damn Floyd Mayweather for free. And that's why you held out for 80 million, 80 to 100 million. So stop it. That's why you turned down the $40 million that you was offered, back in the day. You ain't finna tell you ain't finna fight nobody for free, and you owe millions of dollars to both the United States government and the Filipino government. But it appears that Manny is out of the hole now. Like I said, that Mayweather fight got Manny out of deep debt. So I'm just keeping it 100. Don't listen to that foolishness. All that stuff is cap. It's cap. Ain't no fighter saying they'll bet their whole purse and all that kind of shit. Man, like I said, don't like it's just talk. It's just talk to sell the fight. It's just talk to try to put pressure on the other fighter to try to at least make a deal and all that stuff, or at least begin negotiations, man. I'm debunking all that foolishness in boxing. Yeah, he won another big payday. But I'm gonna be honest with you. This is just real talk. This is just reality. There isn't $100 million in the second fight with Floyd Mayweather under any circumstances. One, the Floyd fight itself, and then also the pandemic thing. Ain't nobody getting no $80 million for no fight right now. That fight would be impossible to make. Even if you could put it in Cowboy Boy Stadium with limited fan attendance, one, Floyd ain't gonna fight outside Las Vegas. He just don't like it. That's his comfort zone. When I say you would have to charge like an astronomical amount, even if you could have it at Cowboy Stadium, you would have to charge an astronomical amount of money to try to generate once again that type of money. If you spread it out in a pandemic like environment, you think people finna be paying like you think people finna be paying $15,000, $10,000 to sit like in the upper deck? I mean, while you got a pandemic going on, and then you think people gonna pay $100 again for a pay per view? You think it's gonna sell 4 million pay per views? No, it isn't. It's not gonna generate. It's not enough money out there. It's not. It's not $500 million out there to be made. Not right now. It's people wondering and trying to figure out how they gonna pay their next car note or they rent. So that isn't out there. It's not logical. It's not feasible. It can't. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. This is the truth. The real question is, did Manny Pacquiao get finessed to going over to the PBC? So yeah, I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just telling the truth. A Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather 2 fight It's not financially going to happen. And then also you got to put into play Floyd Mayweather is 43 years old. Manny Pacquiao is going to be 42 in about 2 weeks. So I need for somebody to explain to me where's the $500 million that this fight could generate. It's not going to happen. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Manny Pacquiao ain't gonna take no less than $60 million to fight Floyd Mayweather in the rematch. And then Floyd Mayweather gonna need his 100 million. So that's why this fight is not feasible. It's not. It couldn't be made right now. All right, you guys. Let me reset. Got to charge the phone, but I'll be back with some more videos.